Hello and welcome to another video review. This is going to be of Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends for the PC. For those of you who are saying, well, this doesn't look like Rise of Nations, who would make a fantasy game with Rise of Nations on it? Well, it was made by the same people who made Rise of Nations. It does employ some of the same basic systems, but this one is in 3D, and it's basically a steampunk environment. There are three races in the game, the Aline, the Vinci, and the Quattle. Now, I'm playing as the Vinci here, and as you can see, they're basically the steampunk-inspired humans. They have steam-powered vehicles, they have flying units with, like, helicopter things, they have gunpowder, etc. The Aline are magic users who get genies, flame-spitting dragons, and etc. And then the Quattle are a mix of the two, and they kind of look like Aztec warriors, only with lasers shooting staff things. Pretty interesting. Now, Rise of Nations had it where you would have to build different buildings for each resource: food, wood, iron, etc. In this one, you only have two resources that you need to get. In the Vinci case, it's the Timonium ore and wealth. And wealth is gained by using caravans. Timonium ore is mined. You can't really tell from this video, but the graphics in Rise of Legends are awesome. It's some of the best graphics I've ever seen in any strategy game. For the most part, the music is pretty good. In some cases, it gets a little bit goofy for the situation, but it has some good dramatic stuff going on. While the single-player storyline isn't the best, it's still pretty dang good, especially for a strategy game. The campaign, however, feels more like a glorified tutorial than an actual, challenge. There are hero units that you can summon based on what race you chose, and they each have their own special abilities, and they become very, very useful in a fight because you can use, say, Giacomo to heal your other units and summon a bunch of demolition clockwork men if you're the Vinci. Speaking of battles, you actually have ragdoll physics in this game, so if you really like that sort of thing, then you can observe it to its full extent in this. Now, you see me playing as the Vinci, and there's a reason behind that, and it's also my #1 gripe with the game. It's the fact that the races are ridiculously unbalanced. And I normally play as the Vinci because they have the most firepower, they are the most versatile. The Aline are just absolutely pathetic, in my opinion, because I cannot figure out what to do to get good with them. I have sent, 8 battalions of their basic unit to fight one Vinci unit, and they all got annihilated. The Quattle are also pretty weak, although I haven't really played too much with them, so I can't really be too much of a judge on that one. Here I've skipped a little bit so you can see a battle. Just so you're warned, you do need a pretty hefty system to run this game on highest possible detail settings. I can run it on medium if I tweak the settings a little bit, but it does run a little bit slow at times, especially when there's a ton of stuff on screen. So I don't recommend it to people who have the bare minimum requirements, because it will run horribly. I'm sorry for any audio or video mess-ups in this review, because the newer the game, the worse the mess-ups are going to be, because my computer is just crap. So I can do great on, old games, but on newer ones it just does very, very badly, and I'm very sorry about any mess-ups in the video or audio. Someone asked me once why Rise of Legends was so cool, and I responded simply, you get siege blimps. Yeah, you get siege blimps as a Vinci, and they're insanely powerful, and they're very fun to use. So that's what I like most about it. It's the fact that you've got so much imagination in the concept, the setting, everything. It's so unique among that sea of World War II and medieval and all that stuff. I'm not saying I don't like those, I'm just saying it's unique, and it just really stands out, in my opinion, as one of the great strategy games because of that. Now, Rise of Legends may not be as good as other games in the genre, but it's still an extremely good strategy game that I highly recommend to all strategy game fans out there. I also highly recommend it to steampunk fans, and especially to fans of Rise of Nations, because it basically is in the same series. It has the Rise of Nations name on it. I managed to have a really good time with Rise of Legends despite its flaws, and that's why I give it a 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching.